we believe that some form of crypto is the future of money. However, the markets are still in the Wild West days.
Let's get started. We're going to focus on all things kind of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies today. They had a huge 2017, but the price has now dramatically dropped. What do you expect to see next for the price?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. With regard to what is going to happen next with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, I want to start off by saying we believe that some form of crypto is the future of money. However, the markets are still in the Wild West days, and the current shakedown in the markets is part of a process of maturity. In terms of price, Bitcoin is the one that gets all the press, at least for those outside of the crypto community, and this makes sense given its relative dominance. We think Bitcoin could potentially fall anywhere from another 10% to as much as 30%. The challenge here is that Bitcoin's fall has been so precipitous, just 53 trading days from touching $20,000 on intraday trading to under $6,000 today. And as such, we think the market is quicksand. Another challenge is that Bitcoin has gone from more than 95% crypto market share to roughly 35% over the same 53 days. And it's not like funds have been flowing into other cryptos. In fact, the sell-off has gotten so contagious that investors are exiting the market at breakneck speed. For example, Ethereum has lost more than half of its value in 3 weeks. Cardano is down more than 70% over the last month. And IOTA, who we think has a very unique value proposition, is also taking a beating. What's the floor? While each of these tokens has their own characteristics, the market in general could fall up to 30% from current levels before it even starts to stabilize.
Overall, what does this Bitcoin volatility mean for the future of cryptocurrencies as a whole? We kind of find it there, but this kind of crazy volatility, what kind of effect does that have going forward?
Well, I think we should start by assuming that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. However, as you're correct to point out, volatility is a real issue. And I think Paul Donovan from UBS sums up perfectly today when he compared the sell-off in global equities to Bitcoin. He said the bursting of the Bitcoin bubble is different from equity moves. Equities have a broad but shallow ownership with fundamental foundations. Bitcoin ownership was narrow. Few people were sucked in his words, but deep, and some people bet everything they owned. And without the fundamental foundations, individual Bitcoin bubble losses may be economically irrelevant, but personally devastating. And I think that kind of sums up, that the emotional element to it that kind of leads to the volatility and also the relative size of the market. Now, I think if we get into the weeds a little bit, if you bear with me for a moment, and compare Bitcoin to, let's say, the S&P 500 or the US dollar, we can see how chaotic the market is right now. For example, the S&P 500 has clocked an average daily volatility of just under 1% since the start of December. This is compared to 13% on average per day for Bitcoin. Then we have the dollar. The most volatile period for the greenback was from January 2002 to December 2004, when it fell by just under 33%. Keep in mind, that's almost 2 years. And this is tame compared to Bitcoin. What can be done? For starters, the market was handling part of the challenge as it got bigger. The market cap got bigger. But secondly, and my libertarian friends are probably going to hate me for this, but the market as it stands today is rife with bad actors and corrupt practice. This makes the market prone to swift reactions from governments and large-scale theft and fraud, a la Mt. Gox or CoinCheck. As such, we do need some sort of global agreement and regulation. This will bring some certainty back into the market. In addition, I think we need to look at mining costs, transaction times, and convertibility, though the latter two probably tie back to the regulatory hurdles that Bitcoin is facing. And then I think we get to one final question, and I'm not sure if I know the answer. Cryptocurrencies represent the future of money, but there might not be room for Bitcoin or many of the other tokens on offer today. In fact, what we will probably see is some sort of Bretton Woods 2 that will set the global playing field for cryptocurrencies down the road.
Okay, just finally, we've had a little positive twinge there at the end, but mainly sort of a negative picture at the moment. But let's have a look at that more positive side with all things sort of considered. Will 2018 be the year that we see these changes and it breaks into the mainstream, the blockchain as a whole?
Well, I think that's an important question, because what people from the outside tend to do is they mix Bitcoin and blockchain. And I think what we need to do is take a step back and understand that the blockchain, the distributed ledger, is the underlying technology that for things like Bitcoin, but they are not one and the same. So to your question, I think the answer is yes and no. We are extremely bullish on blockchain, especially its industrial applications, say in healthcare, energy, and basically any other form of transaction. However, three challenges remain: how to integrate a distributed ledger with legacy systems, accounting and otherwise, transaction speed, and I think we have to recognize that blockchain is not the be-all, end-all in terms of security. Is minor malware and transfer Trojans can infect ledgers. So to answer your question, 2018 might not be the year of blockchain, but we believe that blockchain, along with robotics, AI, self-driving, electric vehicles, and augmented reality, among others, will revolutionize our world.
Greg, thank you so much for speaking with us. It's always a pleasure now, and enjoy your nice warm Bangkok evening.
You're welcome, Jack, and I hopefully winter in Switzerland isn't too harsh for you.
It is. And also thank you for watching, and to keep up to date with everything happening in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency universe, head over to dukascopy.tv.